Today is July 24th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri. Rammer, the last time you and I talked, it was post-game on Friday after the Cardinals' unfortunate loss to the Cubs. They have not won a game since, dropping the games on Saturday and Sunday. So going into that game on Friday, a 6-game winning streak, going into the series against the Diamondbacks tonight on a 3-game losing streak. At least we know where the Cardinals are when it comes to the trade deadline, as they gave us a little bit of false hope.
No, they didn't. You know who I felt most bad about on the weekend, and I mean this sincerely, was you and the group of Cardinal Nation you represent, and that they did give you false hope. Really crappy to treat nice people that way. You're
Thank
nice
you.
people. And
there's better, yeah.
And this goes all the way back to the winter and the Cardinals not addressing the starting rotation. And it really has been not intentional. Nobody's intentionally making mistakes in the front office, but it's been a pretty bad series of judgments and error. And I'd kind of given them to the All-Star break. Their little winning blip in the schedule kept you going, but we've known. And if you go back and listen, 1 week ago, John Mozeliak pretty much told everybody what we're saying today. We're selling.
One thing he has not said, though, that Bob Nightingale reported over the weekend is that the Cardinals might be looking to shop Wilson Contreras. I guess half a season into his 5-year deal with the Cardinals. We've had multiple instances now where it is just not working out. Meanwhile, down in Atlanta, Sean Murphy just continues to hit the cover off the ball, and the Cardinals decided to go with money over prospects when it came to going after Wilson Contreras. And I think there were majority of the people thought trade the prospects, spend the money on pitching. Cardinals didn't go that direction. And now that would be pretty ugly if they traded Wilson Contreras this soon.
No, I disagree. Nobody feels like he's producing, right? Herrera's clearly going to be the catcher. Rather than, hey, we made a mistake, so we're going to sit and wallow in it for 5 years, as opposed to, we made a mistake, let's see if we can clean up our losses and move forward.
I'm saying it's where it's ugly is in the future when you're trying to sign other free agents, because other free agents come in and they, trade this guy in 6 months. I mean,
hasn't that already been established by the way you treated Wilson in April and May?
That didn't help, yeah.
No, it didn't help.
And you could just say, this is a one-off. I'm trying to think of another team that has had the one that this reminds me of, the situation this reminds me of, and I can't remember the year. Maybe you can. Was the Miami Marlins. I think it was right when they became the Miami Marlins. You remember they went out and they signed Mark Burley. They signed Jose Reyes, and there was one other guy that they went and they signed thinking they were going to turn this around. It might have been 2012, because I think they were in the running for Albert Pujols at the time. I think it was right after the 2011 season, so it might have been 2012, where they were just throwing all this money out there. Nothing worked, and they immediately just said, okay, we were wrong, and kind of just abandoned ship right after that.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right? I know it's 10 years ago, but
I'd have to look it up. You kind of threw something at me that I don't have the info.
I was just trying to think of an idea, and that one just popped into my head here at random too. So I wasn't expecting to bring that up either. Here was something I expected to bring up today, and that has to do with the Cardinals today, as they have made a few different moves on the transaction sheet. Adam Wainwright has been activated from the 15-day injured list. He starts tonight. We will get you those bootlegging lineups here in just a bit. Andrew Suarez has been selected from Memphis. So that means that they have to put somebody, they have to make a room for him on the 40-man roster. They do so by putting Ryan Helsley on the 60-day injured list. So we won't see Ryan Helsley for a while. Zach Thompson, he and Ivan Herrera have both been optioned down to Memphis. So the Cardinals no longer going with 3 catchers. They have now added back an extra pitcher, which they were short this weekend in Chicago. They are going to need every inning possible out of Adam Wainwright and Andrew Suarez, I would imagine. He'll throw at some point this evening, too, given Adam Wainwright doesn't have some amazing comeback story tonight.
Too bad they're jerking Herrera around. I thought he did a nice job, and hopefully he'll be back in a week. I just hate to see guys jerked around like that for reasons beyond their control.
Right. And he's not going down to Memphis because of how he played.
No.
He is, I mean, this is purely because of the makeup of the team right now, and they need arms. I mean, how many different pitchers does Andrew Suarez make right now of names that we have never heard before that are being brought into the Cardinals bullpen? This is third or fourth one this week that we're seeing that's being brought up here, and Zach Thompson too. Zach Thompson's only being sent down to Memphis because he pitched the last 2 days. That's the reason. You pitch too much, you got to leave the team now.
Yeah, it's really a mess. I mean, it's a terrible mess, and I don't know there's nothing really to do about it.
Just I don't know. Cardinal lineup, I believe, is out tonight. Yes, as I'm seeing right now. The Cardinal lineup for tonight, brought to you by Bootleg and Tavern, looks like this. It's Brendan Donovan DHing, Paul Goldschmidt at first, Nolan Arenado at third, Lars Nootbaar in left, Jordan Walker in right, Dylan Carlson in center, Paul DeJong at short, and Taylor Motter is at second, Andrew Kisner behind the plate for the Cardinals tonight. That's what I'm seeing on Twitter as the Cardinal lineup. I'm trying to refresh MLB. They still do not have the lineup tonight for the Cardinals. For the Diamondbacks, it's Gerardo Perdomo leading off at that short, Ketel Marte at second. Corbin Carroll is in left, Christian Walker at first. Lourdes Gurriel is DHing. Emmanuel Rivera at third, Jake McCarthy in right, Carson Kelly behind the plate, and Alec Thomas is in center field. Adam Wainwright enters the game 3-4 with a 7.66 ERA. He pitches against Ryan Nelson, a 6-5 on the year, 4.82 ERA. That's Ryan spelled R-Y-N-E, Rammer. So his parents probably big Cubs fans growing up.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. The kid's has pitched better lately. I think it's either 4 out of 5 or 5 out of his 6 last starts have been either okay or good. So it'll be interesting to see. The Cardinals have not seen this guy, so we know that's always we approach those games with trepidation. So we'll see how it goes.
What would you consider a good start for Adam Wainwright tonight?
I'd say 65 pitches. I'd say 4 innings.
Okay.
And 3 or fewer runs.
It is the first of 3 in Arizona tonight. By the way, in Arizona this evening, it is domed out there, Rammer, but I believe Clabe said it was 108 there this afternoon. Yeah.
Yep, not inside.
You know what? I don't know when the last time they got the air conditioning checked out there at Chase Field.
Somebody better change those filters.
Right now, it is 114. 114 in Arizona right now. You get a nice. You're gonna have a nice little sweat going as you walk to the ballpark. As you make your way.
It'll dry up quickly. It's still doesn't feel as hot as it does here.
Well, ask Claves how it feels out there in Phoenix, and we'll compare to what is it, 80 something right? No, it's 90, I guess, right here. I haven't been outside all day, so
yeah, I have. You'll cut your grass.
I got wrestling and baseball to watch. Maybe that might have to wait till tomorrow. Rammer, we are brought to you each and every day by Mungenast St. Louis Acura and also your friends out at Royal Banks.
Royal Banks has been doing it for a long time, over 60 years in St. Louis, and they've expanded but never lost touch with that hometown bank feel, no matter where the branches are. St. Louis, St. Charles, East Side, Northeast Missouri, each and every branch feels like your hometown bank. It's Royal Banks, where better service means better banking.
He is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been another edition of Daily Cards Live right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
At St. Louis Acura, we have over 100 new Acura models and over 160 pre-owned models in stock or on the way in May. Get 4.9% financing for up to 60 months on 2023 Acura MDXs, TLXs, Integras, and RDX models. Or get a certified rate as low as 3.49% on certified TLX and MDX models. And you can earn up to $1,500 in loyalty incentives. St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.